Determine the current through the 12 ohm resistor using branch current analysis. Okay, we need to use branch current analysis, so we need to label all the current that pass through all the component in this circuit. Okay, and we have this battery here and the positive side is here. I think I will assume the current will goes down here, right? Let's just assume the battery giving current from the positive terminal to the circuit. So I will name this here as I1. Good. And that means that the current that passed through this resistor here is also I1, right? So we'll have I1 here. And similarly, I will have this I2 here going up like this, because I assume that this battery is giving the current to the circuit. Let's name this as I2. And I will also have I2 in this resistor, right? So I have I2 here. Good. And for I3, I will just assume that it's going down. Let's assume this I3 like this. Okay, for the battery, we already given the polarity of the terminal here. And I also want to label the resistor for the polarity because it will make us easier when we do the KVL, right? So I will use this convention here where the current comes from is the positive side and where the current goes to is the negative side. And again, we will have the positive side is where the current comes from and where the current goes to is negative terminal, like that. And for R3 here, I will have the positive one is here because that is where the current comes from and where the current goes to is negative. Good. Now we need to do KCL and KVL in this circuit. For KCL, I think we can just do it here. Let's name this as A. Okay, let's do KCL, the Kirchhoff current law, at node A. KCL at node A. And KCL said that the sum of the current that goes in will equal to the sum of the current that goes out. Good. And the only current that goes into point A here is I2, right? So we'll have I2 here. And that will equal to I1 is going out from A, so I will have I1. And then plus I will also I3, so I have plus I3. Good. And now we move on to the KVL, right? So we have to label the loop here. So for the left one, I just follow this. So it will goes up and then down. So we will have this one here counterclockwise. So let's name this as loop 1. And here I will have it clockwise here. So we will have it as loop 2. Loop number 2. Okay, now let's do KVL at loop 1. KVL at loop 1. And KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. Good. Let's start from where? This battery here, right? The loop is entering from negative terminal, so I will have minus sign there. So I have minus, and we will have 12. Good. And then we enter this battery here, and again the loop entering from this negative terminal. So we'll have minus here. So we'll have minus, and the voltage is 15. Good. And now let's move on to this R2 here, and the current is entering from the positive terminal. So we will have plus, and then the value of R2 is 3 ohm. But to get the voltage, we multiply resistance by the current. So I will have 3I2. Good. And then one more component, we have this 4 ohm resistor. And the loop is now entering from the positive terminal. So we will have positive sign here, and we will have 4 ohm. But we need to multiply it by the current that pass through it to get the voltage. So I will have 4I1. And all of that will equal to 0. And so we will have 4I1 plus 3i2. However, i2 is i1 plus i3. So I'll have i1 plus i3. Okay, and all of that will equal to minus 12 minus 15. So I have minus 27, and move it to the right hand side. So I have 27. Good. And we can just add them up, right? So I have 4 plus 3. That will be 7i3. I mean 7i1. And then 3i3. So I have plus 3i3. And that will equal to 27. Okay, let's save this as equation number 1. Okay, now let's do another KVL, but this time at loop number 2. KVL at loop 2. KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. Okay, now let's start from this 15-volt battery. So we will have the loop is entering from the negative terminal here. So we will have minus 15. Minus 15. And then here we have this 3 ohm resistor. And again, the loop is entering from the positive side. So I will have plus. And we have 3 ohm. And the only current that passes through it is I2. Good. And then here we have one more component, which is this one here. So we will have the loop entering from the positive terminal. So we will have plus 12, and the current that passes through it is I3. Okay, all of that will equal to 0. Okay, but we have 3i2 here. Let's plug this into this. So we will have 3i1 plus i3. And then plus, we will have 12i3 here, and that will equal to 15. Good. Now we will have 3i1, and then plus 3 times i3, that will be 3, and we will have 15 here, 15i3. And all of that will equal to 15, or we can have i1 plus 5i3 is equal to 5. And that will be our second equation. Now we can solve for equation number 1 and equation number 2. And the fastest way to do that is by using calculator, right? So I think we will need to use equation solver here. Let's set this up, and equation solver is number 5. We need to solve for 2 variables, which is number 1. And let's plug the coefficient. So I'll have 7, 3, and then 27. Good. And I will have 1, and then 5, and also 5. So I will get the value of I1, which is 3.75. So that will be our I1, which is 3.75. And then I3 here. I3 is the Y value here, which is 0.25. Okay, so I have 0.25. And we can also have I2, right? So it is the sum of I1 plus I2. So I will have 4 ampere. Okay, the unit is in ampere here. However, what is the question asked us? It's determine the current through the 12 ohm resistor. So we need to find out what is I3, but we already have the values of I3, which is 0.25 ampere. And that is how to solve this problem using branch current analysis. Hopefully I did not make any mistakes during my calculation. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.